It's quite helpful. The stream is live.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Star Wars Generations podcast. My name is Erin. I'm here with my co-host Alex today. Matthew is currently experiencing technical difficulties, so they may hop on, at some point. But for now, it's just going to be Alex and I. And today we are doing a bit of a recap of 2025, what we saw content-wise, and then a look forward at 2026 as well. So, Alex, how did you feel about Star Wars in 2025?
What a question, Erin. What a question.
Okay.
Do
you want me to ask a different one?
No. Good. I mean, I think that there was like more. Okay, so let me back up here. First of all, this year was the year I got to go to Star Wars Celebration for the first time. So on a personal level, that was a really magical, incredible experience, and I plan on going many times in the future. But that like really got me even more excited about what is to come that we'll talk about later. But I think the highlights for me this year were Andor season 2. Obviously,
of course.
What a fucking banger show, banger ending to the limited series. Really enjoyed the Tales of the Underworld, getting to see both Cad Bane's origin story and Ventress's arc post events from the Clone Wars and the novel. And one other great personal joy was going and watching Revenge of the Sith in theaters 3 separate times, one of which was with lovely Erin and Matthew. And Matthew got to see how we acted in movie theaters.
Yep. That was a really fun day, I will say. I only saw the movie once in theaters, but it was great. I've never seen any prequel movie in theaters before, so it was very exciting for me.
I've seen Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith. I haven't seen Attack of the Clones in theaters yet, though.
Yeah. Someday.
But maybe. Erin, what about you?
How did I feel about Star Wars this year?
How do you feel about Star Wars in the year of our Lord? And by our Lord, of course, I mean Pedro Pascal. 2025.
Girl, I had no idea where you were going.
Never know your next move.
Never know. Yeah, I liked Star Wars a lot this year, as always. I personally loved Tales of the Underworld a lot. Andor is obviously banger, hands down, some of the best content made. Me personally, I tend to, as far as rewatch goes, kind of go back to the more lighthearted shows or just lighter content.
Sorry, the beginning of Tales of the Underworld and the end of Tales of the Underworld were lighthearted to you? Watching Cad Bane murder his own brother and watching Asajj Ventress be carried, her lifeless corpse, to her grave, that was lighthearted for you?
Yeah, because it only happens in 15 minutes. Can't get as emotionally invested, you know? Like it can hit you, but it doesn't spend 45 minutes like bringing you up and building all this tension to mollywop you with emotion at the end. I'm not looking for that every day.
Great word choice. But don't lie to me. Asajj Ventress is like your girl. That was emotional for you.
No, honestly, yeah. It's like I feel like I know that part of the story very well. So
fair.
I don't remember that episode actually being terribly emotional for me.
I'd be crying.
But I did love Tales of the Underworld. We also got Visions Volume 3, which we just talked about recently.
Which was lit.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. Some great content. Young Jedi Adventures happened. I didn't watch it. I don't think any of us really have the time to watch it. Seems like a really fun show. Maybe one day.
I'm sure it is great for the intended audience. We also got 2 novels this year. The Crystal Crown, which is 3 novels. I forgot Mask of Fear was this year. Good Lord, what a great book that was. No, just 2 novels, I guess. But The Crystal Crown, which is a young adult sequel, and Mask of Fear, which we did do a book club episode on. Mask of Fear is an incredible book and the beginning of a 3-part trilogy that we'll be following Mothma, Bail, and Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
Bail Organa, to be clear.
Yeah. Very good book. Definitely look into that. I hit it up on Audible. Loved it.
Same.
A lot of very interesting stories, cool new species, all the, the classic Star Wars gamut for a good book.
Do we still have a code for Audible?
Why would you ask me that? I obviously am not gonna know.
Aaron, I love you. The look of betrayal. Why would you ask me that?
So, looking at next year, 2026.
Wait. Hold your horses. Pump the brakes, sister. We also this year got the trailer and announcement for Star Wars Fate of the Republic, a new Knights of the Old Republic video game. So any of our vintage video game fans who love Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, one of the best video games ever made, should be real excited. It's a teaser trailer, but it is a very, as Matthew put it, promising deep dive into the Old Republic era, which I am quite excited about.
Yeah.
And we some other announcements that occurred this year included the announcement of the Mandalorian Grogu movie, some release of footage. I'm actually still shocked that I got to see a full scene from that movie that still has not been shown to the public.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Which is electric. And they announced the Maul Shadow Lord show.
Yes, they did.
And can you remind me, Aaron, this is generally a question I don't remember, because they showed us a trailer at Celebration. Has that been released to the public yet? Have you seen a
I
trailer?
don't think a full trailer for that has been released. Okay. I think maybe like a poster or something.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Or maybe
Celebration. I don't really know.
I just want you all to know that Alex saying he got to see the movie with the lovely Aaron and Matthew is my villain origin story.
You're included in that. Lovely Aaron and Matthew. You're both lovely.
There was a pause. There was a comma.
Well, we're not Aaron Matthew, like
yeah,
have to put an and in there.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
right.
Continue.
I love you both. Yeah, and so I'm really, really excited about that announcement because I love Maul as a character, and getting a whole series about him will be, I think, really exciting. And there will, those are some of the bigger announcements. Aaron, do you want to tell us what we have to look forward to in the year of our Lord Pedro Pascal, 2026?
Well, yes, but actually, back to 2025 announcements. This is something that probably not many people care about. But the game that I play, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, since you brought up Maul, they're releasing a new character, which is Maul with his spider legs.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that so cool?
I actually do.
And
love
they just released the Asajj Ventress from Bad Batch as well.
Oh, that's electric.
And Inquisitor Barriss. So like we're getting a lot of really cool characters.
Hell yeah.
Now. Yeah.
So
I guess a lot of characters.
Let me ask you about that game. Is it like hand-eye coordination or is it all turn-based?
It's turns.
Okay. So that, because generally I don't play games because anything with hand-eye coordination, I'm just too old man to do. But like that, I've been thinking I need a new phone game, so that might be
Matthew, you are young and spry.
Right.
Do not hold yourself to...
I had to hand... So did either of you play the... oh God, I can't remember. Not Rogue Jedi. Jedi Survivor?
Yeah, of course. One of my favorite games.
I had to give the controller to Mary multiple times because I just could not, even on the easiest story mode, like do a lot of the platformer stuff in that. But go back to the Knights of the Old Republic. So are they re-releasing Knights of the Old Republic itself?
No, so it is... Well, they've talked about possibly doing that, but right now it's a game called Fate of the Old Republic, and it's basically it's not... They're calling it a direct... loose sequel to Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to be the exact same story or characters, but it should be like same era. I would assume that Revan will be involved and some other folks from that game.
So depending on when that happens, one thing I've been thinking we might try and do, how many hours of gameplay do you think is the original Knights of the Old Republic?
I can Google it. Give me 1 second.
I feel like it's a good minute.
But
I'm not sure. Because I've tried to play it on... How about you don't talk while you're typing so that we can keep talking?
That's a good host.
Damn.
So, yeah, I've tried to play through it before on the mobile game, and I spent a long time working on it. I'm also not good at games, but I did not get very far in that game.
According to Google's Evil AI, it generally takes 25 to 30 hours for the main story, but can stretch to 40 to 60 for completionists.
Okay. Well, so we're probably not going to do all of it, but I do think it'd be fun to do some kind of like set up a stream in like the month before the game,
That's not
and,
that
like,
bad.
have different sessions with like you or I playing the game.
Sorry, say again, Matthew.
Oh, just do something. I think it could be fun if we can find, like, I know the game is so slow it won't run on most modern computers, but if we can find an emulator or something like that, I think it would be fun to live stream the game. Not all of it by any means, but like Alex playing some part of the game while we give commentary and make fun of him.
Can I get it for Xbox?
Possibly.
That'd be kind of electric.
Yeah.
I kind of go murder hobo in Star Wars games, but like it'd be kind of funny to watch that, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, Darth Revan seems like a murder hobo.
Yeah, facts. What was I saying? Yeah, so that's really exciting. I'm actually really excited about that game. And another couple quick, and that's I just forgot almost. They announced that they didn't give us much about Ahsoka season 2, but they did announce that Hayden would be returning and that Ewan McGregor would be making an appearance in Ahsoka season 2, which means we're getting almost definitely more Clone Wars flashbacks, and we get to
Yes.
finally see Zaddy Ewan McGregor in Clone Wars Armor live action. Yes, Aaron, I called him Zaddy.
Yeah. I just didn't realize that was his proper title, but I think
That-
you're right.
It is. It is. Only a few have earned it. Pedro
Here's
Pascal
the
and
thing,
Ewan
though.
McGregor are two of them.
We're going to be seeing Ewan McGregor like de-aging software to hell AI though. Like, I
Don't
don't
care.
know if that's going to look good because sometimes that works and some. Do you remember Robert Downey Jr. in I think it's Black Panther where he appears as like a 20-year-old version of himself?
It's so funny you say that
Yeah.
because I just rewatched that movie yesterday and had the exact thought that it looked horrible, Matthew.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just remember that's what we might get for Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, are you talking about like that flashback in Civil War where he's like showing like the
Yeah, I was gonna say I
his
think
parents
it's Civil
died?
War.
Oh, it's Civil
Yeah.
War. You're right.
yeah. I was like, wow, this is horrible.
I'm mixing them up because that's the movie where Black Panther
Yes,
is
you're
first
correct.
introduced.
You're
But
correct.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's still, I mean, I think it would maybe still be cool, but I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But it's either way, a lot of really big, exciting announcements this year. Sigourney Weaver joining the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
Sigourney Weaver. I apologize for saying that wrong.
Right. There's
Um,
there's a Rogue Squadron movie that's supposed to come out sometime, right? I guess not
Mhm.
next year.
Yes, I don't think it's next year. That's the one with Ryan Reynolds or
The Ryan Phillips. I thought.
Gosling, excuse
Ryan
you.
Gosling. Sorry, I got all the
Where are
Ryan-
you guys? Where do you live?
I got all the Ryan. There's Seacrest. There's Gosling. There's when I just said Reynolds. There's a lot of Ryans. Johnson.
I apologize that we don't all have posters of them on our walls, but
Erin has a horse on her wall.
well, not a horse. To be clear to the animal lovers in the audience, she has a picture of a horse.
Yes,
In her former home, she had an actual bear on the wall. It was her parents, but
that is true.
That was
Regrettably.
unfortunate.
I'm sorry. Matthew, since you're here now, what was your favorite thing from 2025?
I mean, I kind of feel like I think the real question is what's our second favorite because Andor was so good, and so to me I think the obvious number one is Andor, and I would say I think for me I think we all talked about this. Mask of Fear felt like such a good setup for Andor in terms of like it established so many things in deeper detail that I remember us all talking about. So I think in many ways it was not just Andor but the connection between those two. But then also I really liked the Skeleton Crew show. So much
I
That
more
was
than I
this
thought it
year.
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Was that this year?
Yeah.
Did you not notice that Aaron's name is Neil Nation?
Neil
Bro,
Nation.
How has this year been that long? I forgot that was this year. That was an incredible show. You're right, Matthew.
Yeah, at first I was thinking we'd have trouble finding stuff to talk about. No, there was so much that happened this year. And I feel like a lot of people have been talking about what is the kind of like tone of Star Wars and does Andor match the tone or does this match the tone or whatever. I am so happy and I think it's so important that as Star Wars is kind of trying to find its footing now that we're out of the like Skywalker era and trying to do new things, to me that Skeleton Crew and Andor exist in the same year. Because, you know, a lot of people didn't like Andor because they said Star Wars is supposed to be more of a kids type thing. A lot of people didn't like Skeleton Crew because they thought it was too much of a kids type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think both are great. And I think it's completely legitimate to only like one. And to say you only want Star Wars to be going more in that direction. And, well, I should say I think it's totally fine if you say, I only want the parts of Star Wars that are going in this one direction. I think it's dumb to then say, so therefore all Star Wars should be in that direction. I think it's great that we're now in a world where if you like more of the kid stuff, you have something. You have Young Jedi Adventures, which we should probably watch at some point. I can maybe get Penn on when he's 2 or 3 and he can gurgle cutely.
Yes.
And if you want like the most adult stuff, you've got Andor and you've got the books and all this stuff. And
You know.
I just feel really good about Star Wars that we could have those two things in Star Wars at the same time.
It's a good take. I agree with that. And like, I mean, I raved about it at the time, but like, you know, I feel like Skeleton Crew was just basically Space Goonies, and so like it had that like nostalgic feel. It was a lot more like practical effects, a lot more just like acting, good time adventure, which is like, you know, just something I think that we all needed, a little palate cleanser from the difference between that and Andor hitting deeply in fascism and current events, being almost too real. Like that's what makes it so good. But I think that, you know, having the palate cleanser before that being released of fun space adventure was really, I think, smart on their part. And I agree. I mean, I think it was a great, that 1-2 punch, and then getting the Underworld towards the Underworld was a really like rounded out year. Not to discredit Visions and Jedi Adventures. Those 3 for me though were just really excellent. And again, 20th anniversary this year of Revenge of the Sith, and they commemorate that, which was nice.
And I think we're getting, actually, well, I'll wait till we talk about 2026 because there's something that is going to make my old man heart very, very happy.
You mean, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about what's happening in 2027?
Is it that long I have to wait?
I think
Oh,
I don't think it comes
okay.
in 26, but I think the are you talking about the original cut of Star Wars coming out in 27?
Yeah, so the original cut of Star Wars, before it's even A New Hope, there will be no Han shooting first. There will be jerky, clearly people pulling strings on models, movement of the TIE fighters and the X-Wings. It will be absolutely glorious.
I haven't even seen that. I mean, most people have it. You can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, no, I mean, I watched it on Betamax long before either of you were born, but I don't think I've seen this version of it in 25 years.
Yeah, it says it is 2027. The official release says it has newly restored, but will be exactly as it looked in 1977 with just some like coloration changes. It says no alterations, no digital effects.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, so it'll come out
It is awesome.
February 19th, 2027.
Damn, that is a little ways out.
But we should all go see it together, and y'all can see me cry. Me and Matthew will cry too.
Yeah. Look,
And Eric
I'm gonna
can
want
cry
you to
laughing at us.
understand that we walked uphill in the snow to watch those jerky motions of the TIE fighters, and we liked it.
Hell yeah.
Well, 2026 stuff though is coming before that. We're getting, first of all, the first theatrical Star Wars release, the first one since 2019, when we got the final movie in the Skywalker saga, Rise of Skywalker. That is, I mean, we're basically, that's 6 and change years removed from that. When this new release comes out, and it's a Mandalorian movie, the series that many people credit with. I mean, you know, as y'all know, we as a podcast don't necessarily agree with this, but people say it's quote unquote saved Star Wars. I would argue that it definitely like kickstarted a renewed heavy interest in it. It definitely started like the run of shows and this like new strategy of putting more shows forward. But the movie looks really incredible. And they're gonna have their own adventure, full-length movie. And it's going to feature our boy Stinky, aka Rada the Hutt from the
Yes.
Clone Wars original film.
I've missed him.
Have you?
I have. I loved Stinky. Yeah, growing up, I loved the Clone Wars movie. Thought Stinky was a cutie patootie. Ahsoka liked him, so of course I liked him.
Matthew, did you like Stinky?
Sorry. Mike problems.
Real. I also know a guy named Mike. He's a big problem. But let's move on from that.
I am dead. I am dead. Dead and gone. But yeah, I'm just like really excited to be back in the theaters. I mean, I'm that guy who let the second tickets go on sale for Star Wars movie, I snap them up for opening night, the earliest possible showing. I will take off work or do whatever the fuck I have to do to be there the very first time that movie comes out. And I'm ecstatic that I'm only a few months away from the next release. I cannot believe the last time that one was released, I was 22, and now I'm old. I was younger than Aaron is now when that movie came out.
That's not saying that much. We're not that far in age.
I know.
but-
Okay.
Okay. If
I
you
just
want to
feel
be
old.
dramatic about it, yeah.
I just feel old. But it's really exciting. This movie comes out May 22nd, 2026. So mark your calendars. But that's like the big release. We're also expecting to see Ahsoka season 2. We should see, battle between the New Republic forces and Thrawn's forces. Thrawn's back. Ezra's back in the realm of Thrawn, but we know that Ahsoka and Sabine are still stuck on the planet, which name is escaping me. Do you remember, Aaron? No.
Starts with a P.
Yeah. The planet that
Peridia.
Yes, say it again.
Peridia.
Peridia, thank you. And Balin, who will be replaced because we lost the incredible actor who portrays him.
If you're gonna bring it up, you have to know the actor.
I
Like
know,
Ray
I-
Steven
I-
or something.
Balin Skull. Sorry, I got it. Balin Skull was played by Ray Stevenson, who tragically passed away this year. And he'll be replaced by Rory McCann, better known as the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna be a really excellent casting. If anyone's gonna replace him, I think it's a really good choice. But that's going to be happening. They're all trapped still on the Peridia, and they have to find a way to get back. And it's going to be a really, I think, out there occultish season, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
So
I have a question for you. Do we know when Ahsoka is coming out compared to Mando Grogu movie?
That is a great
'Cause
question.
If it comes out before, does that mean Thrawn is going to be in Mandalorian Grogu? And if it comes after, same question stands. Are we going to see a peek of Thrawn and then it'll kind of like jump back and explain more through Ahsoka season 2, or maybe continue on? Because I mean, Thrawn is now out and about.
So interesting, actually, unfortunately. Upon a quick Google, Ahsoka is not listed in
Is it not official for
It's
2026?
we've all been assuming that it was going to come out in 2026, but it's not on the official release schedule that was put out by Disney 2 days ago.
So we could bargain to say there is a good chance that we might see Thrawn in the Mando Grogu movie.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
So, it's a chance it could be put back to 2027. Or it'll be late in 2026. They haven't confirmed a release date yet. So we'll see. But I would assume that Thrawn could absolutely appear in this movie.
Yeah.
And then we're getting, as we talked about briefly earlier, Maul Shadow Lord, which is an animated series following Darth Maul in his rise as a crime lord after the Clone Wars. Sam Witwer is returning to voice him. We'll also be getting to see him as he trains an apprentice, which is her name Darth Talon.
Yeah.
She's only really existed in the EU or Legends in the past, and
comics,
now
games.
yep, and now bringing her into the fold in canon will be really exciting. And seeing Maul train an apprentice for more than just a couple episodes where he trains his brother who gets wrecked by Palpatine will be kind of lit.
Yeah,
So that's really exciting.
I'm also interested.
Yeah. Please interrupt me at any time, Aaron.
When is the Maul show in his like chronology?
So it is essentially like, from my understanding, it is post Clone Wars. So after he escapes from the ship with Ahsoka and all that, and before the events of Solo movie, because at that point he's like the leader of Crimson Dawn and all that.
Right.
So there's like a 10-year gap there that we don't really know about. Maybe actually, depending on your interpretation of Solo movie, it could be up to a 19-year gap actually. So 20 years to work with basically in that time frame of when shit could go down.
I actually have a follow-up question.
Yes.
How the fuck does Maul go from leader of Crimson Dawn to crazy little hobo man? If that seems like it's happening in the same time period, because Solo is happening. Well, I guess Solo probably happens like 3 to 5 years before the events of.
The issue that I've always kind of taken with the Solo movie, not to go off on a tangent here, is that like before Han has to kill Woody Harrelson's character, whose name is escaping me, he literally says like, I heard about a job on Tatooine with a gangster with Jabba, basically. So he's referring to the job that like Jabba's after Han for. And so even if we assume that like that, you know, he went through that job, it went bad, and Jabba was like hunting him for 2 years, because it seemed like Jabba was hunting him for a while. Even though it was like 2 years, it seems like a really long time. I mean, so it's 17. I don't know. Like it feels like a weird time gap. You're right, to go from like Maul is the peak of his criminal empire to suddenly,
so I've got two things there. Just on the Han Solo thing, my mic is working a little bit better now. On the Han Solo thing, I think it's supposed to be just that's when he starts working for Jabba, because the way him and Jabba talk, it's as though he's done a number of jobs for Jabba, but then on this most recent job, he had to dump his cargo because he was going to get boarded, etc., and that's why Jabba turns on him. So I do think that's how Way answers that. As for Maul, I thought there's a plot line in Clone Wars or Rebels where they kind of like break up Crimson Dawn and like knock him out of the leadership, and that's what takes him. And that's
I don't remember that.
And that's why he decides.
It would have to be in Rebels, but I don't know if that happens.
Well, no, because his first introduction in Rebels is when they find him under the Sith Temple.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Yeah. So maybe he says something. Yeah. But you're right. He goes from that to being this guy who's just kind of waiting around to find Ezra and then become Ezra's teacher.
One second. So Han Solo. What? None of this makes sense.
Everyone, aren't you glad you tuned into us to be told what's happening?
Han Solo is 19 at the beginning of Solo and 22 when he meets Lando and Chewie. He's 32 and I know. Supposedly, according to this is what I thought at the very beginning when I first spoke, was that Solo takes place about 9 years after the end of the Clone Wars and 10 years before A New Hope.
Okay. So all this to say, Maul is training Talon during the time between the end of the Clone Wars and Solo.
Yeah, and like, theoretically, like we don't know, like very easily, like Talon could still be alive during the time that Solo happens.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, like with no canonical knowledge, Talon could have gone and fucked off on her own and done her own thing. Like Talon could still be alive now, for all we know. So yeah, I don't know. Confusing stuff, but yes, it's gonna be good still. I'm excited. And then we're also getting the Ninth Jedi, the spin-off series from the anthology Visions, expanding on that short and those shorts to kind of complete that story into an actual movie. I believe that will be a direct-to-Disney Plus release, but I'm not positive on that. Zero Company, which is a turn-based tactics game set in the Clone Wars, developed by Respawn and Bit Reactor, will be coming out, as well as Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is a racing game, a pod racing game, which is always fun. And then we haven't had any direct confirmation on release dates on these, but like other kind of announcements that kind of have come through this year are the film featuring Rey and a New Jedi Order storyline, as well as projects from Taika Waititi and Sean Levy. I think those are still a little farther out, but
Yeah, not fully confirmed, but in the works.
yeah, but I think Mandalorian, Grogu, Maul, Shadow Lord, Star Wars Visions are the only confirmed things coming out next year.
Mhm.
But Ahsoka Season 2 is expected to come out next year as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd assume it's probably after Mando Grogu, just since we haven't seen any trailers or teasers for it, and we have a full trailer for the Mando movie.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Just using my deductive reasoning.
Which we all know is infallible.
Exactly.
Aaron, talk about what you're most excited about in 2026 while I try and determine what the hell happened with
What
Maul.
I'm most excited about. I mean, this is more of a personal note, but still Star Wars related. I'm excited that I'll be graduating school and I can go to cons more often. I'll be making my good paycheck with my nursing job. So I'll have the money to do a bunch of new cool Star Wars cosplays that I'm really excited about. And I'm thinking, you know, depending what comes out with the Mando movie or even Ahsoka, if there's a character from one of those I want to redo or do. Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, obviously, if there's a possibility of the Ahsoka show, that's obviously going to be what I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's no denying how awesome the Mando Grogu movie is going to be. Like you said earlier, like I don't really think it saved Star Wars, but I feel like it revived a certain part of Star Wars, or like revived public interest in Star Wars, and it kind of set us on this new plot line. Or timeline rather, maybe, and just focusing the stories, you know, off of the Skywalkers on like these random people. They don't really tie into like a big whole picture exactly. Yeah, so I think it'll be really cool to see what they've built over the course of the last, 4 seasons of The
Yeah.
Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and see where they really bring it in the movie. I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see Swimming Grogu, which is Alex's name today. Excited to see that little guy, what he can do.
It's important.
But yeah, Matthew, is your mic good enough to tell us about the thing you're most excited for in 2026?
Yeah, and I would just want to jump in on a couple things. First of all, in terms of cons, I'm also hoping to be able to go to cons some more. My baby can now hold his neck up and be a little bit more of a real human being, and I feel a little better dipping out for a couple days every now and then. And so I'd say both Aaron, please remind me, but also fans, if there are cons that you're thinking of going to that you would like to have us at, with enough advance notice, we can try and do like a panel discussion, like do like a live recording at a con, you know, things like that. And so I think that'd be a lot of fun to get 2 or 3 of us to go to a con. There's certainly a lot of cons right here in the Twin Cities, but obviously there's awesome ones all over the place. And, you know, if we can get to, you know, find a good way to do that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think what I'm most excited about probably is the Maul show. I want to be excited about the Mando and Grogu movie. There's been so much discussion about like it was supposed to be this and then it was that and this and that, and I'm trying to just kind of block all that out and get back because I think you guys have me excited about it in a way that I haven't been in a while. But I think kind of like, yeah, I'll be really excited to see where that goes. And also, to me, what I'm most excited though I think about is seeing, like, I think they now have a point where they can wrap up the Mando and Grogu show, but between like all the other things that are spinning off, that whole time period we've talked about is such an exciting and interesting one. I'm just excited to see more of like, you know, what's going to happen in that time period.
Yeah, for sure.
And this may hurt the movie itself, but I imagine that kind of like Avengers 2 Ultron did, the Mando and Grogu movie is going to set up some of those spinoffs.
Yeah. I would kind of suspect.
And you know, I get what your fear is there, Matthew. But to be fair, they did reshoot half of Rogue One, and we got a pretty good Rogue One movie.
Yeah, No
They
doubt.
also reshot half of Solo, and it turned out the way Solo turned out. So it really depends on how things shake out. But
Way to invalidate your own argument, Alex.
that is my entire existence.
Perfect.
But I think next year we'll have a potential. I mean, again, to me, the headline is first cinematic release of a Star Wars movie in 6.5 years.
Wow, it's been that long.
And that's really exciting to me. I mean, I just haven't gotten to sit in a movie theater and watch a brand new Star Wars movie since I was so much younger. And I feel like that experience, like the last time I had to wait that long between movies was actually never, because I didn't get to see any of the prequels in theaters. So it was just wait my entire life, see episode 7, and then I got one like every year. It's just the longest wait. And I know Matthew has struggled through actual waits of between 10 years between each trilogy, basically, if not longer. But this has been tough. And so I'm really excited to get back in the theater. And I think that Disney has definitely waited long enough for crowds to return in force to embrace Zadie Pedro and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
And if they don't give me a Grogu popcorn bucket, I will riot.
I think you just have to pay for it.
That's what I mean. But I mean, I need them to make an AMC to make one, like Grogu holding like a little bucket of popcorn.
Oh, I see.
'Cause,
It doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, because AMC has all those like special popcorn buckets.
They-
And,
that'd be fun.
I need it. Yeah.
If there's a little
Alex?
Mando helmet.
Rioting is bad. Any law enforcement listening to this, if Alex is later arrested for rioting, clearly Star Wars Generations podcast has no connection to it. Please don't
Please.
sue us.
Aaron said, please.
All right. I think with my tech problems, and we've covered a good deal, and all of us being a little wiped out is the end of the year, I think it's a good place to wrap up. Any other last things either you wanted to mention?
No, not for me.
I'm excited to see Anakin again. Long live the Republic.
Long live the Republic, bitches.
That Anakin killed. Like Padme.
Jesus Christ.
Stay classy, Alex's shocked face.
Stay classy, Mustafar.
Stay classy, the North Pole. Happy holidays, everybody.
For the Republic.
For the Republic. Famous last words, first time it gets wrecked.
Yeah, basically.